Well, I guess it's collection time again, and I've got two big boxes to go through in this collection. They're pretty massive. So here's a box cutter for scale. I don't have a banana for scale. But here we go. So there's both of these right here. The shipping said they're about 25 pounds a piece, but I can tell you this big one is definitely a lot more than the smaller one. But I'm going to dig these both out. My thoughts are with this is I'm going to open these things up, throw all this stuff on the table, and kind of dissect it through there. Most likely this is going to be several videos, just like my other ones, because this is pretty big. But I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to go and what it's going to look like. Now, I actually expect this to be kind of an organized collection based on what it is. So this came from an auction site. This is an auction zip one also. This one didn't come from Australia. This came from the United States. It's very nice packaging. So, oh, look at that. See that? That is packaging. So this auction, all this and this next box came from auction zip from a auction house. I think it was in Virginia. So not too far from me. I live in Massachusetts, so just a few states over. But 2 boxes, a bunch of cards. It's going to be a lot of singles, collections, things like that. And we're going to go through it now. So this is very nice. This is also a professional packing service, allegedly. So again, that Australian collection that cost me $2.90, which was kind of outrageous coming from Australia. This one coming from Virginia still cost me like $2.40 for shipping, which is pretty crazy. But already I'm liking the packing a hell of a lot more than the Australian one. So all right, what I'm thinking is I'm going to put all this on the table, and we'll have to take it out piece by piece. So this may take a couple of minutes. A lot of long boxes. Now, the reason I'm thinking that a lot of this is very organized and sorted is because the way that the listings were described. So, for example, there is one lot in here that I bought in this auction. I think it's like 7 or 8 lots I bought. Now, one of them said it was like a 5,000 counts Chronicles lot. Okay, put this down just for a second. It says like a 5,000 count Chronicles lot, which Chronicles, it's not that good, we know that, but the way that they described the listing was like, you know, it was very, hey, there's 10 of this, there's 20 of this, there's 50 of this, or whatever it was. So it was very specific about what it was, which maybe it kind of took the risk out of it because I know what a lot of it is, but there's also a lot of things I don't know that are in here. So that's what's gonna be cool to go through. So let's keep unpacking this. This is a huge box. There should be a couple binders in here too. So, holy bubble wrap, Batman. What is this? This is a very old box. Very old box. Okay. Lots of bubble wrap. So much bubble wrap, I can't even see what's inside. It'll take me an hour just to unwrap these. I think I know what that is. That should be a booster box. This is a crazy amount of wrap. I see a binder. Put that aside. Another binder. Oh, that's an old magic binder too. I didn't know that was in there. All right, this is going to be a lot. Here's a box. This is a lot more than I thought. And this looks like a Stanley case. It is a Stanley case. Okay, cool. I didn't know that was in there, so I guess I get a free deck box case. I'll put this down. All right, so this is a lot. This is a lot to go through. All right, this is this is what I'm looking at here. That's a lot of stuff. This is a lot of stuff. Wow. So this is going to be probably a while to go through. But again, I'm going to go through it piece by piece. I think I know what this is just by the color. I can see through it. So I'm probably going to open that first. And that'll give me some time to kind of organize everything and set it up for more videos. This is going to be probably a whole video just to unpackage this. But let's do this. All right, let's set this down. Let's set this down. There's magic cards everywhere. So now, this entire lot that you see, so there's a Stanley case down here. I got 2 binders, a bunch of other boxes over there, a bunch of 800 count boxes, and this box here. So this entire lot, this was bought in auction zip from a site in, I think it was in Virginia. And this whole thing cost me $2,502. That is shipped to my door. And again, $240 of that was just shipping, okay? The actual amount I paid for the lots was significantly less. It was probably more like $1,800 or so. But there's, you know, a lot of these auction sites that people aren't aware of, they have buyer's premiums. And buyer's premium was like 25%. So you're basically, wherever your winning auction is, you pay an extra 25% just to the auctioneers. That's kind of their profit. So I'll try to go through it and try to tell you what I paid for everything as I go through. This is the one seal box It's a small little box, but it's a very cool one. For people that like vintage magic. And honestly, I'm very happy I got a good deal on it. So here it is. Box of Fallen Empires. So why would somebody buy a box of Fallen Empires? Honestly, it's a great set. No, I'm sorry, it's not a great set. It's a great art set, great nostalgic set. But very, very cool. These basically on the open market go for about $500 plus tax on a TCG player. I only paid $300 for it, so that's why I bought it at auction. There was like 3 or 4 available, and I was the first one to grab one. I paid $300 with the buyer's premium. It was probably like $370 out the door. So honestly, these are going for $500 all day long. I paid $370. I'm very happy with that. Very cool Fallen Empires box. Comes some cool reserve list stuff, but a bunch of smalls. Nothing really crazy. So I don't even know where to start with this thing. This is crazy. So I think what I'm going to do is actually, I'm probably gonna have to, I guess I start taking it apart, right? What else am I gonna do? All right. Let's see if I can organize this in a way that's not a mess. This is a huge table. I still don't have enough room. Okay. Now, so let me try to explain what some of these lots are as I kind of open it. So the 2 bigger collections of singles here. Again, nothing crazy, super exciting, but I know there's enough value in here based on the listing that it's worth more than what I paid for it. So that's the good thing. The 2 main parts are there is a Chronicles lot of 5,000 cards, and there's Alliances lot of about 2,000 cards, okay? And let's see, get this out of the way. What does it say? Chronicles, sorted and inventoried. Combudge Witches, Gauntlets of Might. Gauntlets of Might, not Gauntlets of Might. I'm not going to show all this right away. I'm going to go through it in time, but I'm guessing just based on the listing and how they had like, again, if there was like a blood moon, they're like, oh, there's this many blood moons. Like it was very specific. Oh, Dan. Okay, like for example, let's see here. Dan. Tell me there's like a bunch of Dans. I got a feeling. Let's just see. See if I can get it here. All right, let's see. Like for example, like they didn't list how many Dans are in here, but I'm willing to bet the way they did this. Yeah, very organized. Okay, this is going to be nice and easy then for me to go through. Realize dance. Okay, Dans. For example, Dans weren't listed. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71 Dans. Okay, so that's why I knew this was probably a good lot to buy, was because a lot of these smaller stuff, I figured it was sorted. I figured it was inventoried very well based on the rest of the auctions, and so I was really curious to see how many extra little things are in there. So my guess is, like, say, for example, whatever this card is, Fallen, there's probably a million of them in there. They're probably all sorted together. Urnham de Jinn, very cool. So I will go through this in time, but first I'm going to get all this unpacked. Okay, so yeah, the Chronicles one, again, it was like 5,000 cards. Alliances was 2,000, and it was the only, I think it was the only Chronicles lots, but there was a couple of, like, Alliances ones. So it was tough because I would, trust me, when looking at this collection, this auction, I wanted to grab everything. But there's a lot of bidders, a lot of people going for it. What is this? Soul Crown, Swamp King to War Elephant. So my guess is it's alphabetized, sorted, inventoried, like serious. Okay. Just keep going through. I think this one video is probably going to be me just like opening everything and kind of explaining the auction, and I'll probably have to do a couple videos of going through everything. A lot of cards. And it's funny though too, like I think things like this are a good opportunity because you see a Chronicles lot at an auction. It's not huge money. It's not huge, like amazing things, but you can find some really good value in here. So I think that was kind of slept on. I think I paid for the Chronicles, the 5,000 cards was like $325, which I think, again, given what they said was in there, was a great deal. So I'll try to pick a random thing. Here you go. Hell's Caretaker. That's a good one. Hell's Caretaker. See, a lot of ogres. Yeah, all sorted. Just what I thought. Exactly how I thought it would be. So Hell's Caretakers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of those, and they're worth, I think, a couple of bucks a piece. So again, all that's going to add up really quickly. Now, this is definitely, absolutely a lot that I'm probably going to list on TCG Player Direct because of it's already inventoried for me. It's already sorted. And so I can just list them very, very quickly and then just kind of move on. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be some things in here with just a million copies, which should be fun. Again, easy to sort through. Good. And the biggest reason was, like I said, there was a few of the valuable cards in Chronicles, which there isn't many of. You know, you got your Astronaut's Altars, Concordant Crossroads. There's, Blood Moon, a few of those. Now, there's a bunch of all those cards. That's why I grabbed these. We'll go through this in detail later. This looks like it's all Chronicles so far. What do we got here? More Chronicles. Abu Jafar to Claw Giants. So my guess is the Blood Moon's in there. Let's see if we can do a little spoiler and find it. Let's see if we can find it. Active Volcano. Abu Jafar. Arena of the Ancients. That's actually oh wow. That's actually a card that's like, I probably just messed that order up, didn't I? I think I did. I lost my spot. Okay, well, that's going to be a little disorganized right there, but we'll live. I'll go through Pixies, Ashnod's Altars. I know there's a bunch of those. Wait till you see that later. I'll do this in full detail, but yeah, very organized. No, this is going to be great. So that was my thought too, was a lot of good singles of value. It's a set like, Chronicles that no one wants to grab it because no one gives a shit about it. And I could swoop in, grab it for a good price, and I did. I'm really happy with it. Honestly, I would have paid even a little bit more, but it worked out pretty good. This looks like Alliances. So again, there should be probably like 2 boxes of Alliances in here. Probably, I'm guessing same thing, sorted up. Not a lot of huge hits in Alliances, but there are some reserveless ones with multiples in here that I'm definitely going to find as I go through it. So let's get rid of that. This next big box. I will say this, the professional shipping difference between Australia and Virginia is wildly different. So Australia could take a couple lessons for packing from Virginia. But either way, let's go through this Alliances again. Unsorted, sort of. What is this? Empty box. Like, what's this chunk here? Let's see. Just curious. Scepters, scepters, scepters. Whole bunch of scepters. Helm of Obedience. Okay, yeah, see, that's now you're going to see some of the spoilers right there. How nice is that? How many Helms of Obedience is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 Helms of Obedience. Those are about $30 a piece on average. So what's that? $330. And the best thing was this Alliances lot only cost me $300. So I think those Helm of Obedience right there literally paid for the entire Alliances lot. And that's why I did it. Plus, there was a bunch of other good hits in there as well. Don't remember what some of this other stuff is. Alphas. I did not get an alpha lot, unfortunately. Unless they accidentally sent me one. I don't think they did. But let's see if they maybe made a big mistake and sent me some alpha cards. Because there were... Let's see. Let me open this up. Alpha, 1 of 1 inventory complete. It says alpha, but I did not order any alpha cards. That would be an amazing mistake if I accidentally got some alpha cards. I don't think it would. They're very organized, but I don't think they would. No, that would be too much of a good thing. What is this? Oh, this is, okay. So one other thing in this collection, which I'm really excited about, this one I'm really excited about, is a lot of foreign black bordered old cards from 93, 94. So let's take a quick tease, a little peek here. There's going to be a lot of foreign black border stuff. Force Spike. Is Force Spike reserve list? I think it's something else. Alabaster Potion. I'm not a huge foreign card fan, but the old foreign black border stuff, different story. And this collection in here should have about 1,300 cards of foreign black bordered stuff. And some of them are pretty spicy. There's going to be a lot of bulk of stuff, small stuff like this. The old glyphs. But there should be a lot of... I know there's some spicy stuff in there that they showed in the pictures, which I'm sure are not in here. They might be in the binders. But yeah, this is like a bunch of small stuff. Ooh, see, as simple as that is though, like the foreign black border counterspells. So these are really cool because again, when it comes to foreign black border stuff, the old stuff, it's damaged. That's okay though. It looks like beta and people really appreciate it for the old black border. So these are fantastic. Didn't know there was a counterspell in here, so that's a nice little bonus. So of all these foreign cards, I'm not going to try to spoil too much. Oh, there's a Thunder Spirit. That's a good old reserve list card. I don't want to spoil all of this, but I'm definitely going to show some of it really quick. Coral Helm, Combage Witches, Strip Mine, very cool. Oh, God, that's gorgeous. Old Shivan Dragon, man. I'm not sure what language this is. I'm not sure if it's Italian, French, whatever it is, but old Blackboard Shivan Dragon, fantastic. Caracas. Those are the Deep Shadow, Spirit Links. Caracas, yeah. Yeah. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but this is gorgeous. Oh, there's one of them right there. Oh, look at that. Tutor Demoniaco. I'm not sure, again, if it's Italian, whatever it is. Heavy played, for sure. Definitely heavy played, but absolutely gorgeous card. So I'll go through this fully in depth later, but this is, again, just kind of a teaser setup video while I unpackage everything. Awesome. That said, alphas, and that really, I was like, that would be amazing. There was like some lots that had like, you know, literally like, hey, here's 500 alpha cards. Hey, this lot has 1,000 alpha cards. It was pretty crazy. And I was bidding on them. And honestly, the people that got them, like even just the alpha beta, the alpha beta lots that people got, they got them for really good deals. Like beta cards for like $2 a piece, you know, 1,000 beta cards, like $2 a piece, stuff like that. So really cool auction. What's this? A couple boxes. More Chronicles stuff. Okay. We'll do that all later. And then this guy. Let's see. Commander deck. I don't remember this. Oh, I know what this is. I forgot. There's also a lot of World Championship cards. And once you see them, you'll understand why. I know some people don't like World Championship cards. They're gold border, they're proxies, they're not real. I like them, and I got them for a really great deal. I'll explain that in detail as we go through. All right, so I just have the binders to do, and I'll show you all the boxes. I'll explain all the lots, and we'll go from there. Now, I did not expect this binder, so this is a sweet bonus. I did not expect this binder. So this is a very old, I'm guessing 93, 94, 95 binder. This is how it was back in the day, man. These are gorgeous. 3-ring binders. $12.95. I think they cost a lot more than these. $19.95 for this thing. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so foreign black border stuff. Not all of it's going to be foreign black border. There will be some foreign white border too. But again, a lot of smalls in here, but there will be some spicy ones. Basalt Monolith. It's nice Basalt Monolith right there. That's awesome. I'm pretty sure these are all revised too. Black bordered Ashton's Altar. How cool is that? Gorgeous. I'm guessing Chinese. I'm not sure the languages, but conditions good. Can't complain. But I think that these are all revised, I believe. Let me pull out a lens. They should be 94. Focus. 95, maybe it's 4th edition. Maybe it's a mix of revised and 4th. Obviously, some of them, you know, were only printed revised, so easy to detect which ones those are. But we'll have to go through. Is there multiples? Oh, and there's multiples too. Look at that. So Juggernauts. Not a small card, but still. Love the old foreign black border stuff. This is again, it should be like 1,200 cards of foreign black border, give or take. Library of Lang. The Hives are rare. Oh, I love the old Glasses of Urza. It's a classic card. Orkia du Olza. Oh, actually, you know what? These are different languages. So, yeah, they're sorted out. Different languages. Dingus Egg, that's a rare. Library of Lang again. Good card right there. Another Basalt Monolith. Like those. Blue. Orko's Recall. Again, I'm not going to spoil all of it, but I'm curious to see a few things before I go deep into it. The Blasts, Control Magics are classics. Iron Fishes are rare. Ooh, look at this. That's nice. Yeah, I knew one of these would be in there. Copy artifact. Old reserve list card, so this is revised. So is it 94? No, it's 95. Okay, so revised ones are 95. Maybe the majority of them are. Fantastic condition. Revised, white bordered, foreign copy artifact. Gorgeous. All right, very cool. So yeah, it's a lot of those things I'm going to be digging into later. This collection is probably going to take a while to dissect, but that's okay. There's that one. And then we got one more binder. Crazy amount of bubble wrap. I'm not complaining. It's a good thing. This probably should be foreign cards as well. Yep. Okay, foreign cards. There we go. Yep. Island Sanctuary, Veteran Bodyguard, Reverse Damage, Kismet, Righteousness. So some rares for sure. Yep. White cards, black cards. I don't know if there's anything huge in this one, but they said. But again, I got these lots for cheap dust to dust. There's a couple dust for dust. Those are good. So I think these foreign lots, there's two different foreign lots. One was like 300 cards. One was like 800 cards. So again, it was like 1,100 plus cards of foreign. I think I paid about 500 for both lots of foreign. I think that's about what it was. All right. And then we got this Stanley case. Okay, I know what this is. So this is actually pretty funny. This was actually like an accidental purchase. I'll be honest with you. It was like at the beginning of the auction, I was looking at something and I was checking to see if my bid was registered. And then I bid on this, and I think I paid 120 bucks for this, which I know I'm going to lose out on. This is a total mistake. But it's a bunch of like intro decks and like Planeswalker decks. I'm looking, I see some are open. Those look sealed actually. So I'll have to look at this later, but it's like 20 something intro decks. I'm sure that's like a total loss, but if those are sealed, which I think they are from the stickers, might be a little bit of value there. But all right, so let me break it all down now. We got that. So 20 something intro decks. That was like 120 I paid for it. Again, didn't mean to buy it, but I did. This is a lot of World Championship cards, probably like 50 to 100, something like that. There's some good stuff in there. I'll show you later. I think I got that for like 120. I think that was a steal for like the 120-ish, whatever it was. Bunch of foreign cards, 2 binders, and there's 1 box of alliances. Let's see, 2 boxes of alliances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes of Chronicles, plus this. Plus, this is the foreign stuff. I think that is like more valuable stuff. Man, this is gonna be crazy to go through. This is a lot. That's not even foreign. Okay. This is gonna be insane. So yeah, overall with shipping all said and done, oh, that's a beautiful Land War Elves. That's cool. Giant growths, Land War Elves, nice. Even though these are smalls, like people do really like these foreign black border ones. They look great in like old school decks. If you can't afford the beta ones, you get these for a fraction of the price. They're really nice. So again, all said and done, shipped. This whole thing was $25.02. I believe it was $25.02 shipped to my door. Like I said, the auction themselves was like $1,800 I paid, but then you get the buyer's premiums plus the shipping, $2,500. Yeah, this is gonna be a few videos, so I will see you guys shortly with the reveal. All right, so here's gonna be the first part of the breakdown for this collection, and I figured the best way to do it was to do it in kind of chunks because there's some things that are gonna take a little longer than others, and I figure these are a couple of quick ones I can go over really quick. So this is part 2. The first part I did was just kind of unboxing the whole collection, which was wild. Basically, this is a huge collection that cost me $2,502 at auction, and it's gonna be several videos, but here's the first few parts, and I can try to explain to you as I go through it what I paid for it and my thought process of why. So starting off, I showed this in the unpacking video. This is just a box of Fallen Empires from 1994. Very cool old set. Not a huge set as far as like playability and power and all that, but it's a very cool piece of Magic's history. 60 booster packs in here. These are the old cheap packs. I think they were $1.45. Yeah, so on camera would help. So $1.45 for these 60 packs in the box. So you get these small, like 8-card packs, but still very cool. These on the open market about $500 plus tax, pretty much wherever you go. TCG Player, eBay. I paid $300 with the buyer's premium. It was about $370, $375. So I got a great deal on it. I'm very happy with the Fallout Empires box. Very cool. Add that to part of my collection. This one will do last. So this was cool. This was basically, this isn't, move this a little bit here. This is a big Stanley box for, which is used great for commander decks and things like that, but I didn't know that was in it. So that's actually just a bonus getting that locked. But all these decks is basically a bunch of intro decks, Planeswalker decks, I think some theme decks in here. And I'll be honest with you, this was actually like an accidental purchase. I really didn't mean to buy this. It was kind of just testing out to make sure I was registered for the auction, and I won it. And I was probably one of the few people that actually bid on it. But lots of stuff in here. We're gonna go through it kind of piece by piece and I'll show you what it is. So let's see here. Let's go right in the front. Again, I think a lot of these are like those free decks you would get when you go to a game store. You say, hey, what's Magic all about? And they give you these free decks to kind of check out. Rule book. Let's see. Ethereal Armors. What is this? Gate Crash 14. Yeah, that's probably exactly what this is. I'm not. There might be some of these decks actually have some decent cards in them, like actual playables and pullables, but I don't think really too much of any of them do. It's just free stuff that you get, so probably nothing really exciting here. No, nothing really for that. Okay, no, that's okay. Again, I'm not expecting anything out of this. This is probably just a loss for the purchase, but that's okay. Hey, Rampant Growths. I pulled out. Actually, this is not. What is this? Planeswalker deck, or yeah, it's a ready to play deck, but this shouldn't be in there. I mean, this is something different. We'll take a Rampant Growth. That's fine. Shadowmoor, 10th edition. Naturalize. Grizzly Bears. Probably not. Again, the way that this auction was set up, it was very descriptive of all the auctions. So it was very clear what was in there. Again, I pull Rampant Growths. They're good playable cards. But I don't think you're going to see any big surprises in these things. Okay, that's fine. This was nothing there. Wasn't expecting anything. Yeah, there's like 20-something of these decks to go through. So basically what I pay, it's 24. So I think I paid basically $5 a piece, whatever they are. I see some dual decks, which are cool. I'm guessing it's the pair of dual decks together. That's my guess. And some Planeswalker decks and things like that. Let's just keep going. So this is one of the dual decks. And this is, which one is this? Might versus Magic, I think. So Luvisa Cold Eyes. Now, actually, I'm pretty sure there are some cards that are of value in some of these dual decks. And this one, I think there is. I'll have to look at the deck list, but I'm pretty sure this is actually probably some good pullable cards. So I might break those down later. Let's see if this one's sealed too. Yes, it is. Cool. Okay, so I'll have to look because these actually might be something that I maybe sell as it is, sealed, well, sealed-ish, or break it down for singles. I'll see, but that's actually pretty cool. I think these dual decks actually go for about $25, $30, so not a bad deal there. I'll take that. Looks like we got some Planeswalker decks. So it's funny because when I got back into playing Magic back in 2019, I was getting into things and trying to figure out where to jump in. And I actually bought a lot of these Planeswalker decks because they're ready to go decks. You get some Planeswalkers. There's some cool cards in some of them. So I just kind of practiced with these early on and I just enjoyed them. Look, the edges are kind of beat up. Again, yeah, this is probably just a straight up Planeswalker deck. But again, some of these precons, these early ones, there's a rare right there. I'm sure nothing crazy. Most of them, they're pretty simple. They're pretty basic. Learn how to play kind of things. But there can be a couple cards of value. Bristling Hydra. What is this here? Crescendo. Another Crescendo. Okay. Again, not expecting anything crazy out of these, but we're going to go through it piece by piece. Chandra deck. Oh, there we go. Ooh, those packs. Oh, tell me there's packs in here. That'd be great. Let's see. So Chandra, that's the face for this deck, I guess. Well, look at this. There's packs of Kaladesh. Oh, that's very nice. Showdown. Oop. Showdown, the Cruiser. Sorry, I'm moving my camera around, so I'm getting used to the feel of it. The Breeding Combustion. Motorists, nothing there. Firebrands. Probably nothing crazy here. Thopters. I doubt we'll see a lottery card, but you never know. Oh, the Kaladesh packs is pretty cool, though. That's nice. I'd take a couple sealed college packs. Sure. I think I'm going to open those up at the end of the video, aren't I? I think I'm required to. Okay. Put that aside. Those are actually college packs. I think go for a good like 12, 15 bucks nowadays. Johnny. Maybe I'll get some more packs than the other ones. Okay. Aether Revolts. Renegade map now. Judge. So it looks like they probably played this one a little bit. But yeah, that's the face one. You get a face foil Planeswalker in these decks. And just a basic, simple deck. Aid from the Cowl. Johnny's Aid. I will have to go through a little more thoroughly later. Solemn Recruits to see if there's any of these rares are even pullable. They're probably not, but right now I'm just kind of scoping through it and looking. So like I said, basically I paid about $5 a piece. Actually, I tell you what, with those 2 dual decks in the college packs, that's actually not terrible. It's a good start to value because I didn't think this would be anything. I literally thought this would be like a total loss. Tezzeret for the face commander. So I'll at least get a little something. I'll get the fun of cracking open those Kaladesh packs, at least. Tezzeret's Betrayal, Dockhand. Nothing here. What do we got here? Quicksmith Spy. Yeah, this auction was a very, very, very big Magic the Gathering auction. I think it was like 287 lots. Tezzeret's Betrayal again. This auction was 270 lots. It took like 6 hours. I was in and out of this auction all day because I was busy. I had things going on, but like when I had a little bit of time to sit down and chill, I jumped in the auction, take a look, see what's coming up, throw a couple bids out there, and win a couple things. And there was literally like, if you name a set, like pre like I'd say maybe 20 or 2005, I would say pre like 2005, they had tens of thousands of cards from each of these sets. It was insane. And, you know, again, the descriptions were very clear. They were sorted through, so they knew what was in there. Fatal Showdown. This is another, oh, it's another Chandra one. Okay. Combustion. And so it was really cool because, like, let's say you wanted Odyssey cards. There was literally like 20,000 Odyssey cards. Let's say you wanted Prophecy. There was literally like 50,000 Prophecy cards. It was insane. But I know it was gone through really well because, for example, Prophecy, there was like 10, maybe 20 different lots of like 6 Rhystic studies. It was crazy. Like they're easily auctioning off over 100 different Rhystic studies in different lots. So they knew it was there. They knew it was pickable. But they also made sure to leave good stuff in these lots so that they were worth grabbing too. This is Encouragement for the rare. It's Amonkhet. There's the face Nissa right there. Okay. Reason to Believe. Split cards. Another Encouragement. Again, this is probably all nothing. But you got to check just in case. Bounty Alexa. Hoopo. Yeah, okay. Nothing crazy there. And I will check them all, because again, there shouldn't have been those Kaladesh packs in that random box, so I do now have to check everything just to be sure. Well, we've gone through 2 of these rows already. Let's grab... Okay, this is sealed. I'll leave it sealed. This, yeah, I think these are these intro ones where, like, if you go to a store, you say, hey, what's Magic the Gathering? They're like, hey, take these, play with them, and enjoy them. So I'll leave those sealed. That's fine. This is a Battle the Horde, one of the gods. Okay. Phobos Reaver. Minotaurs. A lot of tokens. Tokens? A lot of tokens. Holy crap. Is that what this is? Just a token box? Those are weird looking. I don't remember this product, Battle of the Horde. I didn't play it this time, so this is a really weird, like, borders and stuff. Interesting. I'm not sure what that was, so I'll have to maybe dig into that a little further later on. I don't know if that was some kind of a deck or some kind of intro thing, but either way. Let's see. This is, again, I think an intro one, most likely. Sure, Lava Axe, Spitfires. But this collection, I mean, they had, they actually, in this auction, hey, Lightning Bolts. Hey, we always pull Lightning Bolts. In this collection, there actually was even an Alpha Sealed starter deck for auction. And I think it sold for $36,000, which sounds crazy, but I gotta be honest with you, for an Alpha starter deck, that is a ridiculous steal. I think the reason why it went so low, honestly, is because you were buying it like online, or you couldn't really expect it. I mean, I know nowadays, like, people really want, if you're gonna buy like an alpha deck or a beta deck, don't they like scan them with like X-rays or something like that now, so you can actually see the cards are in there? Like, it's a thorough thing, because those things usually go, I think, for like 100 grand. So the fact that it went for so cheap was, I mean, that's a risk for the buyer. But if they're lucky and it's a real legitimate alpha deck, they made out like a bandit. So cancel, adept, island, frog. So I think that's what that gamble was. It was cool seeing it. And again, there was lots of like, hey, here's 1,000 alpha cards. Here's 500 beta cards. It was crazy. They probably had more than 100 dual lands. They'd sell individually at auction, like 100 different lots of just dual lands. Really, really crazy stuff. So it was a really impressive auction. And I don't want to say I grabbed like some of the low-hanging fruit, but I kind of did, because you had some serious whales in this auction. And I'm not, I'm just a regular guy. So I was just happy to go and get some things. Again, like, who buys 5,000 Chronicles cards? I did, because honestly, it was a good deal. And when we get to that part, I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Baloth, Courser, Revive, Prey Upon. You like the Age, but these are just intro decks, I think. There's nothing here. Maybe some things you can pull out and use, but nothing worth any value. As I said, I figured this accidental purchase was probably going to be a 100% loss, but with the dual decks already and a couple Kaladesh packs, which I'm going to open up, because why not? I think it's going to be okay. I'll make a little bit back on it, and I can move on to the next things, because I know some of the other lots I got for, in my opinion, an absolute steal. All right, what is this? This is a Cold Snap Snowscape. Oh, it's a theme deck. Okay, and it's sealed. Well, I'm going to leave it sealed. Very cool. And there's a couple more. Snowscape, this is Beyond the Grave. Again, sealed theme deck. I'll have to look at those and see what the deck lists are, because I have no idea. What we got here? We've got the Jeldon Cunning. Sealed again, and another one. So 2 of the Cunnings. Okay, I'll have to look, because sometimes those old theme decks can have some good pulls in them, but no idea about those. Just a few left here. I love these. I've never had a Stanley case, but these are great. You get them like Home Depot or whatever, and they're great for Commander decks. I've never had one, but now I do. Intro deck sealed, and it looks like these are all sealed as well. Okay. Yeah, so all these sealed decks. I don't know what I'll do with these, I'll figure out something down the road. But that was that lot. Again, this lot cost me $120. Again, didn't think I'd get much. I don't think I get anything out of it. I thought it'd be complete trash. So a couple of Kaladesh packs and some theme decks and a couple dual decks. I can take that and live with that and move on. So let's just open these now, I guess. Wouldn't it be great to get a lottery card? That would be the craziest freaking thing ever. Let's see. Hijack the Harrier Reversal Lookouts. Artisan, Monitor, Sparks, Life, Mastodon, Uncommon Steed, Warden, and the Timepiece. My rare is the Experiment, and of course, no lottery card. Gotta try that. I got 3 packs of Kaladesh to open. I mean, come on. I think that's a rule. You gotta open them. The Defense, the Gearsmith Rejection, and a Mythic Aether Works Marvel. Don't know if it's a good Mythic, but I'll take it. Okay, cool. So I'll put that aside. Now, this one. This will be the last part of this video, because I'm going to have to do this again in separate parts. So again, I paid $300 for that Fallen Empires box. Well, $370 with the buyer's premium. $120 for those theme decks, which was kind of crap. I kind of knew that was going to be. Again, with the buyer's premium, maybe like call it $150, $145, $150. This one, I paid $200 for. Again, I had the buyer's premium 25%, call it $250. I paid for this. This is allegedly 40 World Championship cards. And most of them were spread out, so I could see what a lot of them were. And so that's why I think that even with the buyer's premium of $250 for this lot, I'm very happy with. Let me actually set up my scanner real quick, just because I'm curious at some of these prices. There's a few in here that there's multiples that definitely have value, which again exceed what I paid, and that's why I got it. All right, let's see real quick. First of all, right on top, Grim Monolith. Very nice. We like Grim Monoliths. Again, these are World Championship decks. These are the ones they made like in the 90s, early 2000s, basically when someone would win a championship, or they were like runner-up, like top 16. They made make a deck of their deck list. They printed out with the gold borders, the printed signatures, and the backing of where it was, the year, and all that. And it's pretty cool. You can get old reserve list cards in here. They're worth a lot less than the original ones, obviously, because it's not tournament legal. But if you're playing Commander, you're playing casual, this is a perfect thing for that. So Grim Monolith. 2228 market. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 Grim Monoliths. That's what I like to see. So 289.64 market, right? And what I pay 250 with the buyer's premium. So value wise, market value wise, I'm already over it with just that right there. But there's still more to go. Carplusion Forest, a couple of those. I don't think anything crazy there, maybe a buck or two, but turn that down a little bit. Yeah, it's worth a couple bucks. I'm curious to kind of tally this up. Master Course. It's a reserve list card from Urza's Destiny, but that's like a $15 reserve list card, but it's not this one. $1. Yeah, see, the difference is much bigger, so like $1 there. Something you can't really even buy list. I mean, you know what you do? You find someone that wants those for a deck for cheap, and you can sell them cheap. The orangutan with the, this is the infamous art. The monkeys in the back. That's pretty funny. It says 95 cents, maybe, sure. Dust Bowl. Not the Mercadian Mass version. World Championship decks, 763. And there's 2 of them. So yeah, 2 Dust Bowls, that's pretty good at, 763 a piece. 3 and 5. See, a lot of these things, these World Championship decks, you'll actually get, this is nothing. There is a lot of reserve list cards. And again, if you just want cheap reserve list copies for your commander deck, you're playing casual, this is really the way to go. Let me move this down a little bit. That's a little better. So, City of Traders, here we go. From Exodus, right? Not the Exodus version, unfortunately. It is the World Championship 22-24. 2, 3, 4. 4 City of Traders. Very nice. Let me look at the condition. I'm curious. Sleeved up, so they must have been played. Condition is good. It's very good. Yeah. So 22 apiece, so call it 88 for a total there. Not bad. Again, obviously, if you sell it, you get less. But something like these, cards like these, like I said, I do have an avenue where I sell them for pretty much what the market value is. And these I'll take my time on. It's not like those things are going to go down. They're not going to reprint different versions of them. So I can take as much time as I want to sell those. Final Fortune. Small little hit right there. Actually, this is $14.99 for that one. Cool. 3 Dynamo. Small guy. Again, cheap playables. They're cool. Lunch Raiders. I don't think that's anything, is it? No. Treetop Village. Buck. Yeah. Rancor. Buck. Pillage is nothing. Treetop Village, yeah. Rancor, okay. Tango Wire. World Championship, John Finkel, 478. 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. Phyrexian Processor. Not that Urza Saga versions. This is probably worth nothing. Yeah, that's nothing. Phyrexian Processors are nothing. Another Tango Wire. Okay. Plow Under. Nothing. Another Tango Wire. Another Masticore. Another Tango Wire. Another Tango Wire. Rising Waters. Nothing there. Another Tango Wire. Rising Waters. Rising Waters. Rising Waters. Holy Tango Wires. Not really sorted out, though. Processors are nothing. Treetop Village. I'll put that aside. Those are worth like $1. Tango Wires again. Processors. Tango Wires. This has to be many decks. Albino Troll. Nah, nothing there. Carplusion Forest. Probably like $1, right? Nothing crazy there. Okay. Metal Workers. I love this card. It's a fantastic card. I have like 1 regular copy, but I have like 2 or 3 of these World Championship deck versions just because they're cheaper, and you can use them in Casual Commander. Nothing wrong with that. So, Metal Worker, 120 for Urza's Destiny. This is not Urza's Destiny. World Championship, 22.92. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 Metal Workers. That's awesome. And let's see, we got 2 more Master Cores. Where's the Master Cores? Right there. So a playset of those and Tango Wires. We're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more to what we have for Tango Wires in there already. That's for a total of 12 Tango Wires. So just the cards I scanned that are worth $1 or more, Total value $760. Obviously, if you were to sell that, you'd get less. But when you consider the fact that I basically, even with the buyer's premium, only paid $250 for the lot, I'm pretty happy with that. The value is more than triple. And again, you're talking about not like, now these are, some of these are pretty sweet cards as far as like value. City Traders, the Metalworkers, the Dust Bowls, all these Grim Monoliths, Metalworkers. I mean, there's a lot of good cards in here that will sell pretty well and pretty fast for people that just want casual stuff. So that's that right there. So I'm gonna end there. That's the first part of this. Like I said, I'm gonna do later with the Chronicles stuff, the Alliances stuff. There's a lot of foreign Magic cards. So again, this is just the scratching the surface. This is probably the quicker of the lots, but I will be back with more shortly. All right, so let's dive into this next section of this collection that I bought at auction. So this was part of a huge auction that I bought on Auction Zip, and I'm going to break it down piece by piece. My previous video, I kind of showed the breakdown of it and some other parts, but this is going to be just the Alliances cards. So these are two 800 count boxes, ish. I think they're 800 count boxes full of Alliances cards. Now, again, for those that didn't watch the first part, these are pretty much, it should be a fairly sorted collection because that's kind of the way they listed it. So going through it should be pretty easy to see. I think it's all like alphabetized and sorted like that. So we're going to dig in, and I'm going to do some scanning as I go through it because I think there's multiples for a lot of things. Now, so I double checked. So I paid $225 for this lot with the buyer's premium, which is about 25%. $281. So basically all these cars cost me about $281. So I'm gonna go through it and organize it. Well, I think it should be organized, like I said, but scan through it and see what my value is. I think it's gonna be really good. So start left to right. An old Urza Saga empty tournament deck box. That's pretty cool. I mean, hey, if you want one of these new nowadays, they're pretty expensive, but all right, we're gonna dig right in and see what we get. So from what I've seen already, though, it looks like it should be pretty organized, very well organized, but let's take a look and see. Hailstorm, that kind of popped up, so that probably shouldn't have been there, but let's see. The Guster's Scepter, the 0-mana spell. $5.99. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of those. So yeah, we'll take that for sure. These are set to market price again, but again, it's just kind of like an estimation for the value and all that. And here is one of the big hitters from this set, Helm of Obedience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 Helm of Obedience. Condition-wise, they look pretty good. This one's a little played for sure, but overall, pretty good, honestly. Near mint, LP, maybe a couple other ones, but all right, so 11 of these, each one going for $30.88. So let's up that to 11. So already this total for just the scepters and the helms market value $374. So I paid $281. So already in just this, in these two boxes, value wise on paper, I got my value back. So the rest is literally just a bonus. Now my guess is they probably put some of the heavy hitter cards in front like this, and the rest might be small as they go through. Limduel's Vault, $475. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I can take that. 17, sure. Okay. Another $160 worth of value, so we'll take that. The Outpost, again, I believe this is a reserveless card as well. $825 for 3 of those. Awesome. Again, condition is fantastic. These are just pack fresh. See, collections like this, it was weird. I'm guessing this was like one person's collection, but it was a massive collection. Again, this auction lot was like several hundred listings. The Glider, no, probably nothing there. Probably 1,000 of these too. It's a common. Yeah, it's a common. So my guess is a lot of these things too. Yeah, it'd be a bunch of them. And was it like a Renaissance one? I forget. There's another version. Okay, Agent of Stromgald. It's a common. Again, probably a million of them. Yep. Different arts. Like, it's so sorted out, which is cool. It makes it easier for me. Again, because what I'll probably do with this many duplicates, even these small cards are worth like 15 cents a piece. I'm going to list them on TCG Player Direct, because if I can do one listing for like 50 cards, like it can just sit there for all I care. This is what I was hoping for. I was hoping there'd be a bunch of Arcane Denials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of this art. 220. All right, 10 of that art. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Less than I thought. That's okay. 4. I wasn't sure there'd be a million of these things as they're just commons, but still at $2 a piece. I'll take 14 of those things. That's great. Ashnod Silex. It's a rare. $1.10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, sure. Take those. This is exactly what I figured it would be. Astrolabe. Nothing. More different arts. This was cool. They did different arts for multiple cards. I kind of like that. So if there's a certain way you like, you can use that. Awesome Presence. I think that's a bulk card, but I'm going to try to put this back in here so I can at least keep it organized. Because again, if I'm just going to listen on TCG Player later, I might as well. Awesome Presence. Nothing there. Awesome Presence. Awesome Presence. Whole bunch of those. Okay. That's why this shouldn't be too hard to go through, because again, it's sorted, it's organized, they did all the work for me, which is fantastic. And that was part of my thought process when buying this was, I don't care if there's a lot of smalls, the hard work is done. Like the hard work is done for me. So awesome. Balduvian Horde, I feel like that was a rare back in the day. It is a rare, 73 cents. Damage one right there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22. Again, they're probably buy listable. I'll have to double check, but I'm going to add them right there anyways. Okay. The Trading Post. 296. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 trading posts. And before we even get there, I'm going to do a little spoiler for everybody. I don't believe there's any Lake of the Deads in this collection. Because there was I think there was 4 or 5 different alliances lots. And each one was a little bit different. But this one, I think this one was cheaper because there weren't any Lakes of the Dead. And that's why I scooped in there and grabbed it. Because I'm you know what? All the Helm of Obediences, all the Latinams, I figured Arcane Denials, and so I figured I'll take a chance at it. It went the cheapest one. I didn't get any Lake of the Deads. That's fine. See, the other ones with Lake of the Deads went really a lot more than I think that they were worth. So I just kind of took this opportunity and I grabbed this. Nothing there. Benthic Explorers, pack art. This is cool. Bestial Fury. Nothing. I don't think. No, nothing there. Bestial Furies. Yep. Okay. And that's the nice thing is I can go through this super quick because it's already sorted. Bestial Furies, Bestial Furies. Bounty the Hunt. Nothing. Bounty the Hunt, Bounty the Hunt. Browse. Again, something like this. I'm going to check each card once because why not? If I got, 20, 40, 60 copies, check it once. And if you got a hit, then you got a bunch of hits. Yeah, I wanted this in lots with the Lakes of the Dead, but they were just, I think people were focusing just on that. And they, again, this low-hanging fruit they didn't grab. Burnout and Uncommon, 91 cents for Uncommon. I'll pull them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So again, something like that. If it's 91 cents, it's probably playable. And you throw a bunch on TCG Player Direct and they sell as they sell. Pigeons, nothing. And as of right now, I have nothing listed on TCG Player Direct, but I knew when I got this lot in, it would probably force me to put some on there. So a lot of things from the previous collections, I'm probably just going to find the better stuff, maybe the stuff that's $3 and up, and just put it on TCG Player Direct, because I'm already going to put a few thousand cards on there between the Alliances lot and the Chronicles lot. I might as well throw those in there too. So that's probably what I'm going to do over the next week or so as I get all that organized. Chaos Harlequin, I believe that's a rare. It is a rare. It's kind of bulkish, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24. I was just thinking, I don't think there's any Force of Wills in this lot either. I don't think there's something that contagions from that cycle, but I don't think there's any of them in here as well. I don't believe. $1.12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28 contagions. What was wild too was again, there was several
lots for alliances, and every one had like, some had 3 helms of obedience, some had 11, some had 6. You know, so it was kind of weird. I think they just kind of spaced it out so that all the lots would just sell. Oh, I'm already putting this out of order. I'll figure that out later. Deadly insects, nothing. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, but I think what they did was they had this, you know, massive collection, so they kind of spread it out so that each lot was valuable. Casting bones. Where is it? Casting bones. And so that way they would all sell. Oh, there's another chaos. I totally missed that. Take another one of those. And so I think that's what they did, is they did it so that every lot was valuable, it would sell, and that was probably a smart move, to be honest with you, because if you just put one lot with like 100 helms of obedience, you're probably not going to go for as much as you want. Plus, you're not going to get rid of the bulk stuff. Look at these deadly insects. Holy shit. It's a lot of insects. And so that's, I guess, what I would do too. I mean, same kind of thing. Death Spark. Nothing. And this isn't like some bulk that I would want to sell like on eBay or something like that, because this really is just like a huge lot of bulk. What is this? Diminishing returns, $4.75 for the rare. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And so again, like these diminishing returns, I didn't know these were in there. This was, they mentioned like, you know, the Helm of Obedience, the Latnam legacies. They mentioned like one other thing, but it wasn't much. So you really didn't know what you were getting. That was kind of the cool thing, is I knew all this extra stuff, the Arcane Denials and whatever smalls I get here will be just a sweet bonus, which it's going to add up a lot in the long run. Dystopia. Dystopia, okay, that's a rare. What we got here? Vermin's Dystopias. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 Dystopias for $4.64 each, so $46 worth of Dystopias. Fantastic. Elvish Bard. Nope. Nope. Okay. So already I'm like super happy with this, because I figured that there would be a lot of smalls in between of what they inventoried and they showed. Love the art. I think that Ranger might be worth more. Yeah, the female Ranger, actually, the art is good. So people do grab that one. I'll pull those out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 Elvish Rangers for the female ones. Fantastic. A buck a piece. So again, all this adds up, and if you're selling it little by little, it's really going to add up over time, quickly. Elvish Spirit Guide. There's definitely one you want to see right there. Nice. 331. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. I wish there was more, but I'll take them. Again, quick sellables. They go immediately. Energy Arc. Nope. Uncommon, but not really worth anything. Okay. Yep, like I said, they did all the work for me. They sorted it, they organized it, and I just got to pick out the ones that I want to sell individually, and the rest I can figure out what I'm going to do with. I mean, again, I'll probably list all of these endangered scouts, enslaved scouts, this massive stack of them, you know, and, you know, I don't know if people want them for decks, but you put them on there, and if you already have like an RI going with TCG player, you throw them in there, it's fine. You just add to your pile. And again, they're sorted, they're easily to pick, so why not? It's alphabetized too, which makes my life way easier afterwards. False Demise, nothing. Million False Demises, yes. Okay, cool. That finishes that box. So already this one box with, again, it had some of the heavy hitting cards, like it had the stuff that was pulled out, the Helm of Obedience, the Latnams, Legacies, and what else am I thinking? Oh, the Trading Post, all that kind of stuff. Already 228 cards for $755. So I paid $281. And again, that's market price. So obviously, if I sell them, I'll get a little less. But it's a pretty good start, if you ask me. So let's just go on to the next one. And this is, again, it's about 2,000 Alliances cards. False Demises. Again, there shouldn't be any Force of Wills in this lot. I don't believe there is. If there is, it'd be a nice surprise. It would be a very nice surprise. Fatal Lore. 64 cents. That might be... I'm actually going to pull it because it's at least buy listable. Actually, no, I don't really need to. Because I'm going to go through them and list them all later on anyways. Feast or Famines. Feast or Famines. That's nothing. Nope. Okay. That goes here. This goes here. A million feats of fevered strength. I'm pretty sure that's nothing. Yeah, nothing. Okay. Very good arts from back in the day, though. Always loved them. I love that one. That one's crazy. All right. Holy fevered strengths. Too bad those aren't worth a lot of money. Okay. And I roll on. Fevered strengths. Can I keep these organized so I don't lose the alphabetized order of them? Put that there. Put that there. Okay. So, back to this. What we got here? Floodwater Dam. 56 cents. So those will probably sell once I list them on TCG Player. But let's see. Foresights. Nothing. Yeah, so no Force of Will. Okay, we're past that. So, yeah, I didn't think there were any Force of Wills. There should have been Finehorn Druids. Nothing. Gargantuan Gorilla. No. 72 cents. So, again, that's probably a card that if you put up there, it'd probably go. It's a rare, so that's pretty cool. Gift of the Woods. Nothing. Okay. Looks like we probably found the majority of the good value, but you never know. You should just find like one, uncommon or something like that. That's worth like $1, and you get 30 of them. Gorilla Berserkers is nothing. Gorilla Chieftain? I don't think so. No. And yeah, I'm guessing that's like Renaissance. That's some other kind of reprint one. I forget which ones they are, but random whiteboard ones in there. All right, next little lot. Chieftains, Gorilla Shamans. 60 cents. It's a common, so again, it probably will sell in TCG Player. There's a whole bunch of them. Look at this. All Gorilla, they're all 60 cents a piece. And again, you sell them on TCG Player. It goes little by little, and you get something out of them. That's what's going to be great about this. The nickel and diming that I get out of this is going to be fantastic. All right. More Gorilla Shamans. More Gorilla Shamans. Gorilla Warcry. Nah, nothing. This is so many of these freaking cards. Gorilla Tactics. Nope. Gorilla Tactics. Okay. Okay. Not much value here in this box so far. We're already about halfway through with it. Let's see. More Gorilla Tactics. Hailstorm? No. Heart of Yavimaya. That's a good one. Okay, nice. Isn't that a reserve list card? I think it might be. 272. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a bunch, but hey, there's a playset for, total of $10. Inheritance? Nothing. So many of these things. The City's Bookworms. No. Let's see, it's Bookworms, Ivory Gargoyle. I don't think that's anything, but we're going to scan that. I feel like that's a rare, though. Am I wrong? It is a rare, 81 cents for those. Let's see. I guess I probably should pull them just to be consistent with my pricing here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Some of those are a little rough shape, but 16 of them, 81 cents a piece, sure. What we got here? We have the Juniper Order Advocates. Nope, nothing there. Keeper of... Oh, no, hold on, not yet. Kesa. That's a reserve list, I believe. Yeah, 339, one of them. Keeper of the Tressorhorn. It's a rare, 52 cents, but nothing really crazy there. Sheldon Escort. Nothing. Okay. On to the next one. I was really hoping there'd be like a bunch more Elvish Spirit Guide, but not that lucky. Let's see what we got here. More escorts, more escorts, more escorts. Whole bunch of escorts. Million escorts. Whole crap load of escorts. Home Guard. No. What is this? We got the Pride. Nope. More Prides, more Prides. Okay. Get into the last couple stacks here for this Alliances collection. Honestly, I love it. I figured there'd be, there'd be like a bunch of bulk stuff, just like, 50 of one common, 100 of another common. That's fine. I expected that. But there are definitely some cool finds in between that we definitely weren't advertised, definitely weren't listed. And that's what I was hoping for. And luckily I was right on that. Krovakian Horror. It's a rare 233. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A lot of play sets. 8. Okay. Krovikan Plague. No, nothing. A lot of plagues. Latnam's Legacy. Nope. So I thought that was something. Maybe not. Must be thinking of something else. Okay. Last huge stack out of here. All right, yeah, so let me know what you think. I think that this was a good buy as far as everything I'm grabbing and all the smalls that I'm going to be able to sell and how quick and easy and time saving it's going to be just to list everything. It's going to be super easy. That's again, why I did it. Last stack, let's see. Again, there's no Lake of the Dead this one. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect any Force of Wills. Lindul's Paladin. No, that's not common. Lodestone Bauble. That's a good one. Lodestone Bauble. 269. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sure. We'll take 13 of those. Okay. Lord of Tressorhorn. That's a reserve list card. 325. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. 14 of those. Awesome. What we got here? Martyrdom? No. And that's it. Okay, Martyrdom just finished up. So that's it. So that basically finishes it off. And the rest of this, it's bulk, but honestly, because it's all sorted, I will listen to each player. This is all the stuff that I pulled out of there from Alliances. That's pretty crazy. So I'll do a really quick run through. So by my count here, it's 308 cards, $887 in market value. Again, let's say I buy listed it and I got half, or I sold them quickly and I got half. I still, made more than my 281 sale price. So I will take that for sure. That felt away. Bunch of Lord Tressorhorns, Lodestone Baubles, the Horrors, one Kesa, bunch of Ivory Gargoyles, place at Hardy of Mayas, Spirit Guides. Love the old Elvish Ranger art. There's a bunch of these. Like a bucket piece. Again, the art's fantastic. People love that kind of thing. Dystopia, that was good. Diminishing Returns. Contagions, bunch of those. Yeah, basically there was a cycle in Alliances, like the Force of Will, the 5-mana cycle where you discard in your hand for something. Contagions, the black one in that cycle. Chaos Harlequin, this one fell out. A million of these. Burnouts, a whole bunch. Trading Posts, good handful of those. A bunch of these Hordes. That was a big card back in the day. Not anymore. Ashnod Silex, small handful of those. Okay. And in the close here, we got a bunch of Arcane Denials. I thought there'd be a lot more Arcane Denials, to be honest with you. Love the Outposts. Very cool card right there. Love that one. If you're playing like a White Weenie deck. Limdual's Vault, a bunch of those. 11 Helms of Obedience. Fantastic. Again, mixed condition, but most of them are pretty good. And the Scepters. So yeah, again, it was 308 cards I pulled out for 887. And again, I'll go through, I'll sell the whole thing, but tell me what you think. I paid, even with the buyer's premium, I paid 281. I think this part was a very nice buy. All right, let's get back into this collection. So this section is basically all the Chronicles cards I bought. It's literally about 5,000 Chronicles cards. It's 5 of these 800 count boxes and this little guy over here. So it looks, the good thing is again, just like the Alliances one, they're alphabetized, they're organized, and they should be easy to go through and see what everything is here and tally it up. So I just double checked. I paid $375 for this lot. With the buyer's premium, I think it was $461 or $481. $461 or $481, either way, but it's in that range. And so someone's probably saying, like, who the hell would spend that much money on Chronicles cards? Because the reality is that most Chronicles cards just simply aren't worth anything. And honestly, most of this I probably won't have to scan, but as we kind of go through it,
you'll see why I paid so much money for all these Chronicles cards as we go through it. Again, a lot of these are going to be very easy to skip through and just kind of go past. But let's see. Look at look at how many Abu Jafars there are. There's a million of them. Card you're not going to use. Active Volcano. Card you're not going to use. Let's see. Legionnaire. No, that's nothing. So I'm going to go through this and try to keep it as organized as I can. Because again, if I'm going to list a bunch of those alliances cards and TC2 Card Direct, I might as well list these two and just let them go and then see what happens. Aladdin. Angelic Voice. Arena of the Ancients. Okay, so that's one that's actually a pullable. So Arena of the Ancients. Let me get back a camera here. That would help. So this is an uncommon? No, it's a rare. Okay, Chronicles, 70 cents. Again, nothing crazy, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That one's all beat up. Okay. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. And that's it. So 33 of those. Again, 70 cents a piece, nothing crazy. But if you list them little by little, they do add up. So that's a keeper pile right there. Next we have Argothian Pixies. Just one. Huh, okay. Arcade Sabbath. Cool little rare. They're not really worth much, so I'm not even going to bother pulling it. Like 42 cents. Oh, there's a Pixies. Okay. So that right there. Pixie's a good, like, old school card. Is it even worth anything for Chronicles? Probably not. I would guess no. Anthologies, no. Either way, it's not worth anything. The original one, I think, is what? Yeah, Antiquities. That probably was, but all right. Bunch of Pixies there. Okay. Going to the next stack. What do we got here? Oh, Ashnod's. Okay, so this should be a fun one. This is one of the reasons I bought this. Ashnod's Altar Chronicles. Not Antiquities. Chronicles, $6.99. Okay, that's market. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 64 Ashnod's Altars at $70 at $7 a piece. Let me tally that up. That's a lot. That was one of the main selling points I had for this because I was like, there's that many in there. So that alone right there, basically market value brought me to pretty much the break even for this. Now, granted, they're not all gonna sell for $7. I won't get $7 out of them, but that's a huge amount of value for just the one card right there. That's one of the biggest reasons I bought it. And it's not the Antiquities version. This is the Chronicles version. This is nothing. Okay. I get a million of these probably. Yep, a million of those. Now I can start to put this back in the box. This is probably going to be a long one. We have like 6 boxes to go through. But, you know, we'll go through it piece by piece. Most of them will be quick because there's only like maybe like 8 cards worth grabbing out of this set, honestly. And we already grabbed like one of them. Let's see. Where are these guys? What is this? Oh, the Gunnarsson. Again, Chronicles versions. Probably not worth nothing. Well, if I look at it this way, I probably have multiple complete sets of Chronicles now if I want to put this together. I'm not going to. These are like uncommon legends. Drakes. Look at this. Million Drakes. Okay. Yeah, biggest hits in this set, obviously, Ashnod's Altar, City of Brass, Blood Moon, Concordant Crossroads. Those are the ones we're really looking for. Banshees, nothing. Boral's Cage, I don't think that's anything, is it? No. It's a rare in 5th edition. That's what Scan does. So many of them. Beasts of Bogarden, a million beasts. Okay. Let's see. So B, so we should be coming on C for City of Brass soon. Oh, there we go. Okay, Blood Moon. Very nice. Chronicles Blood Moons. Gotta like them. 719. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 Blood Moons at $7 a piece. Awesome. Okay. Well, these ones, nothing there. A whole bunch of bog rats. Okay. Put this back. City Brass, Concordant Crossroads. I think just Tron Lands is really the only other thing we're looking for, really. The rest of this should go pretty quick. Book of Wrass. I don't think that's anything, is it? No. There really isn't much in Chronicles, but the volume is what really made me go for it. Boomerang. 1,000 boomerangs. Okay, just a few more in this box. This one's almost done. Bronze Horse, a bunch of those. Cat Warriors. Sorry, I'm off the camera here. I moved my camera around, so I'm just getting used to it. Chromium. That's a decent little Elder Dragon Highlander card there. Elder Dragon, I should say. 78 cents. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. 12 of those. We'll take them. City of Brass. I don't think there's a lot in here, but there's a couple. A little bit of wear. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 City of Brass. We'll take him. Great card. Not that one. Chronicles 2405. Sure. Okay. Again, that's near mint market, which I know these probably aren't exactly that, but Cocoon, that's a bulk rare, right? That's not even a rare, it's uncommon. Cocoons. Craw Giant. Oh, that's not in order. Oh, here we go. Concordant Crossroads. Okay. Let me put all these back. Concordant Crossroads being probably one of the best hits in the set, I would think, right? Yeah. Good condition. 1598. So City Brass is the best card. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's more. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 Concordant Crossroads at $15, $16 a piece. That's fantastic. Okay. All right. And so right there, with just those few cards I've scanned and added up, 156 cards, $1,063 in value. That's why I got it. Again, not these Craw Giants. I didn't buy these Craw Giants. All 1 million of these Craw Giants. Holy crap, that's a lot of Craw Giants. That's nuts. All right. So that box is, and again, that at that point, that's probably the majority of the things that I'm actually going to be pulling out of here. But I'm going to look through it. I might as well look through the rest because there's a few smalls. There's definitely Tron lands. I'm willing to bet there's 1 million Tron lands in this collection. There's like, what, 3 different arts for each one, 3 different Tron lands. There's probably 1 million. Kumbaj Witches. Yeah. Let's see. Cyclone. Dakon Blackblade. I don't think that's anything, is it? It was for a little bit, wasn't it? When like the... Oh, it is. Okay. I feel like it was when like the new one came out in MH2, but it's been a couple years. Okay, so 242. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30. Sure. At 242 each, I'll take that. Okay. Dance of the Many. 53-cent rare. So it's probably sellable. It's probably, oh yeah. Okay, Dan Dance, here we go. All right. So it's Dan time. Dan Dance Chronicles, not worth much, but not time shifted. It's going to be Chronicles, which is $1.16. So not much, but if someone wants to build a Dan deck, they need a lot of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71 Dan Dans. 71 Dan Dans. Okay. That's a lot of, you could build a couple decks with that. 71 Dan Dans. Come on. At about $1 a piece, give or take. The Archers, nothing there. Okay. That's a lot of Dan Dans. All right. So, again, Tron Land's the big one. I forgot about the Dan Dans, to be honest with you, at first. Holy angels. Or archers, I mean. Okay. Like, you could put those all on TCG Player Direct for like 10 cents or wherever the hell they're going for, and it would take you 10 years to sell it. That's just how it is. No one wants those. Divine Offerings. Wow. Wow. Okay. So I got to figure out like some of this stuff. I mean, like, I feel like I might as well list on TCG Player Direct. At the same time, it's like, it will probably never even sell. They're just not usable cards. A lot of it's just garbage. But you never know. I mean, with Commander and the way people build janky decks, they maybe want some weird cards here and there for whatever reason. Erno de Jin. I don't think that's worth anything. The original one, Arabian Nights, is, but I'm pretty sure the Chronicles one is not anything. No, it's uncommon, 33 cents. No. Okay. Million Erno de Jin. That's crazy. Okay. Keep rolling through. Fallen. I feel like, is that a rare? It's an uncommon. It's an uncommon. Oh, if the dark is worth $1, not the. No, okay, that's worth nothing. Fallen Angel. Nope. Nothing. Again, some of these are not even worth scanning, but. Felden's Cane. I forgot about that one. Is that pullable? Nope. Used to be. Used to be. That's a lot of Felden's Canes, though. Cheap card, but again, I think it's one of those things. If someone wants that for a deck, they're going to grab them. Okay. About 40 Felden's Canes. Getting towards the end of this box. Fish Liver Oils. Holy Fish Liver Oils. Flash Floods. Nothing there. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else besides the Tron lands. Because at this point, I think it might just be Tron lands. But we're going to go through. We're going to look at basically the entire history of Chronicles here. It's a lot of Fountain of Youths. That's a lot of Angel Fires. Gauntlet of Chaos. They wrote Gauntlet of Might on the box. I'm like, there's no way Gauntlet of Might's in here, because that's a Alpha Beta Limited card. All right, so that's that one. So 5 big boxes and one little one. They should go pretty quick now, because there's not much left to find. Let's see. Gosbon Ogre, Arabian Nights. Ogres, 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 holy ogres. Giant slugs. Nothing. Okay. Galban Artisans? That's nothing, is it? No. I wonder if a store would buy these off me. If I could buy list these all to a store. I bet you I could. The sorting's all done for me. Look at those Goblin digging teams. Holy crap. That's a lot of digging teams. All right. And we keep it going. Goblin Shrine? Nah. No. Holy Goblin Shrines. You know what's funny is, too, I just built a really janky budget old school Goblin deck, and I went and bought some of these cards. I didn't need to, because now I got 50 of each. Oh, the irony of it all. All right. Let's keep going. So many Goblins of the Flargs. So many ogres. Ogress, I should say. I'm sorry. Ogress. Oh, here we go. Hell's Caretaker. That's a good pullable one. Not the Legends version. That's because that'd be worth $54. Chronicles 224. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, we'll take those. Take 10 of those. Fantastic. Where was I here? Here. All right. Trying to keep this in order so it makes it easier for myself later on. Oh, there's another one. Sweet. Okay, one more. Not that version. There you go, 11 of those. Perfect. All right. Horn of Deafening. None of those. Nothing there. No. Okay. Ivory Guardians. Nothing. Jalum Tomb. Jeweled Bird. No, didn't think so. I remember this card from, is it Arabian Nights? Yeah, I remembered it, but I just wasn't sure if it was a good one or not. Okay, it's not. All right, moving on. We've gone through so much Chronicles. We still have so much to go through. Lots of jeweled birds. Johan. Juxtapose. Keepers of the Faith. No, nothing there. These are uncommon legends. Land's Edge. I feel like that's a decent hit, isn't it? 74 cents for a rare. I'll pull those out. Why not, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. I'll take those. 33 of those. Okay. 33. Perfect. Living Armor. No, that's nothing, I don't think. Okay, I can put these back in here now. What do you think an LGS would do if you walked in there and you go, hey, I got 5,000 Chronicles cards. You want them? They'd probably tell you to get the hell out. All right, here we go. They'd probably be like, no. Or they'll just burn them. Burn them to heat the store. That guy right there. Okay, a couple more stacks to finish this box off. Nothing. And I imagine nothing there, too. Lady Orca. These aren't sorted. New Yorker Scavenger Folk. Goblin Hero. Goblin Grenade. That's weird. Those don't really belong in here. Let's just throw them in the clothes. Goblin Grenade, that's a pullable. Hurricane, I mean, it's a rare, but... All right. Goblin Grenade, the white... What is this? Anthologies. Okay. Anthologies. All right. Hurricane is a rare. Portal Second Age, nothing. That's... All right, 3 boxes down. A couple to go. I like that Land's Edge. I'm trying to think what this... I remember this was pretty good. What was it? Any player may choose and discard a card from... It's an Enchant World. Remember that? 3-mana Enchant World. Any player may choose and discard a card from his or her hand at any time. If a player discards a land, Land's Edge deals 2 damage to target player. Oh, interesting. So anyone can do that. That's kind of cool. All right. Chronicles. Again. More Chronicles. I've never seen so much Chronicles in my life. Mountain Yeti. Mountain Yetis. Nebuchadnezzar, that's a cool one. I mean, the OG one is worth a lot. This is 40 cents. I mean, Chronicles, I mean, people hated Chronicles back in the day because it kind of ruined the value of all the cards they had from the original printings. But it is kind of cool nowadays if you just want some of those old cards with the old arts, but, you know, the cheap version. Hey, Nicol Bolas. That's probably a buck or two, right? Yeah, $1.48. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. A lot of these are like equal play sets, which is weird. Obelisk when doing. Palladium Moors, one of the Elder Dragons. I don't think so. Nah, not really. 50 cents. Primordial Ooze. I remember that card. Because it's not worth remembering. That's why. Okay. All right. So this will go here. Yeah. Make sure I keep things in order. We're at 20 minutes, and that's not bad, actually, going through this several thousand cards. Puppet Master. Wombats. Okay. Lots of Wombats. Raccolite. And Antiquities versions of Buck, so this is worth nothing. Okay. Recall. No, I thought that was... I'm thinking maybe Hercules Recall. That's probably what it is. All right, recalls, million recalls, million recalls, million recalls. All right. Put these back. All right, so we're getting towards the R's, so the S's. So most likely we'll get to the Tron lands probably pretty soon. A lot of removed souls. Blacksmiths, million blacksmiths. All right. Revelation. That's actually a pretty cool card. Not worth a lot though. Yeah, Revelation. So for anyone that's wanted this one, Enchant World, all players play with the cards in their hands face up on the table. I think it's the same as, what is it? Is it Field of Dreams? Field of Dreams is the card from Legends, is a blue one where it's like you just play with your hands face up. Same thing for green. It's kind of a fun little janky commander card. It can make the game just be interesting. Turn 1, you put that down, everyone plays with their hands, face up. It makes a really weird game. Rune Stored. I think it was Field of Dreams that does the same thing, but in blue. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, correct me. I could be wrong. All right, next lot here. Million Rune Swords. Safe Haven. The dark version's $4, so Chronicles is probably not worth nothing. But it's worth checking. Chronicles, 46 cents. No, not really. It's a rare. Several of them. I like the fact, too, like with the rares that are in this, like there isn't just like 2. There's like sometimes 20. Like, there's a lot, which is kind of nice, too. Okay. There. Put this here. All right. Still in the S's. Sentinel. Oh, the old serpent generators. I remember those making snakes. Yep. Shield wall. Okay. Last stack of this box. Shimmy Night Stalker. I don't think that's anything. No. Savitri, nothing. Okay. All right. Going with the last big box, and then we'll go to the small one. Because I know the small one we showed in the first kind of intro video. There was, I think that's where like literally the end of the alphabet for the cards are. So, all right. One last big box. Right here. So I'm guessing there's probably somewhere in here is where the Tron lands are. There's got to be 1,000 Tron lands. Solkanar, very cool, not pullable. Stang, very cool, not pullable. Stormseeker, I don't think that's anything, is it? No, I don't think so. Bunch of those. Some of these are, most of them are really good condition. Some are a little beat up though. All right, maggots, I should say. Teleports, Tobias. Holy crap, there's a lot of those. Torwalkie. For those that, played DMU, you get some of the revamped old legends from back here, but these are the original ones. Torment's Crypt. That might be a pullable. Even for a Chronicles, not the dark. Chronicles, 57 cents. Yeah, I mean, again, that's a lot of them. That's a lot of Torment's Crypts. All right, again, you put those in TCG Player Direct, they'll sell little by little. Okay, cool. All right. Getting towards the end of the teas, so come on. I want to see, like, a half of this thing be Tron lands. It should be, given what this collection's been already. All right, let's see. Thoracic Egg. That was a rare, I think. Okay, here we go. Urza's Mines. Jesus. Okay, there's going to be a bunch of these, aren't there? 50 cents a piece, but Urza's Mines. Jesus. Urza's Mine, that's the pulley one, right? Not that one. Chronicles. Pulley, yeah, 58 cents, a little bit more. Whole crap load of them. Urza's Mine, the mouth arts. Not the Antiquities version. That would be nice if these are all Antiquities. Chronicles, mouth, 61 cents. So again, smalls, but towers, 51 cents. Whole crap load of towers. Power plants, 67 cents for that one. And there's that many of those. Crazy. This power plant is 59 cents. I'm not going to tally these up because, I mean, it's just smalls, but it is pretty cool. More power plants. It's the rock one, right? Yeah, rock in a pot. It's literally the name of the art. Rock in a pot. Power plant. The bug. This is the bug one. 50 cents again. Nothing crazy there. Here's the tower with the mountain in the back. This is called, I think, Tower Mountain. Yep, this one's like $1 a piece. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Crazy. And then there's this one right here. 50 cents. This one's a little different. a million of those. More towers. 40 cents a piece for those. This is a lot of Tron lands. Holy crap. Okay, so this is literally a stack of Tron lands from Chronicles. Again, they're 50 cents a piece. There's probably, what, like 150, 200 cards there. That's a lot of Tron lands. That's pretty cool. I'm pulling those out. You know, again, you put on TCG Player Direct and you just let them go and they will sell slowly over time, no problem. Evictus, 58 cents a piece, a bunch of those. Voodoo Dolls. Wall of Heats. Nothing there. And what's this? Wall of Opposition. All right, let me put these back. Almost done with this. So, yeah, I'll read off to you the scanned value of this lot, but it's actually going to be more, considering that, like, I didn't even scan like the Tron lands all the way, you know, a couple hundred of those, but it's going to be an idea of what's there. All right, a couple more. Wall of Oppositions, nothing. Wall of Shadows, nope. Million Wall of Shadow, Wall of Vapors, million of those. Okay. Last stack for this box. Wall of Vapors, Wall of Wonders. War Elephants. Million War Elephants. Okay, that's going to kill that box right there. So, that side, we just have this last one left. This is one I showed when I did the unpackaging, and there was some Chronicles cards in there. So I figure it was just the end of the alphabet for it. 7th C box and a revised box that used to be a Plague Rats deck. Cool. Okay, so let's just go through here and see. All right, just this. The Wretched, I think that's a rare. I don't think it's worth anything, but it is a rare. Wretched, Zira, Arian, Yawgmoth Demon. Not the Antiquities version, I wish. Chronicles, 29 cents, so worthless. Witch Hunter, and that's it. Okay, so, oh wait, no, there's more here. Nope, that's it, just Witch Hunters. Okay. So that is the Chronicles lot. Again, what did I say? It was $375, and with the buyer's premium, I think it was $461. I think it was $461. Scan value that I just showed, $1302. So again, even if you like, and that's not including all these Tron lands, which again, I will sell a little piece by piece. That's definitely, I mean, that's clearly something you put on TCG Player Direct. I mean, it takes you 5 minutes, you list a couple hundred cards, and they will sell here and there. You know, you get a quarter, if you get a quarter payout for each one, that's a lot. It's going to add up really quick. But there's a lot of good hits in here. What I basically bought this for, didn't know about the Nicol Bolas, didn't know about the Land's Edge, didn't know about the Caretakers, I didn't know about the Dan-Dans. That was really nice. What I basically knew about was, there's the Dacons. What I knew about was the Concordant Crossroads. I knew about these. I knew about the City of Brasses, the 4 of those. I knew about the Blood Moons. And the Ashnod's Altars. That's all I knew about. That's all they listed. The rest of it was like an assumption of like, you know what, there's probably going to be this in there. There's probably going to be this in there. And so, again, you know, if you paid $481 for all these, it kind of makes sense. And the rest is just a bonus. Like, you know, like this right here probably pays for it. This is all just the extras. That's a lot of Concordant Crossroads at like 20-something bucks a piece. So absolutely fantastic. I love that. And again, I got all that bulk. I can do whatever I want with. I could burn it if I wanted to and still be fine with it. But again, let me know what you think as far as this Chronicles lot. Basically, I think, again, it was like $461 in that range. That's a lot of Chronicles. All right, this is going to be the last part of this collection that I picked up from the auction house. So this is going to be all the foreign cards that I picked up. And again, I'm not big on foreign cards, but when it comes to old vintage foreign cards, you know, 93, 94, 95, foreign blackboard stuff, even foreign whiteboard stuff, I'm actually a big fan of it. So basically, I've got 2 binders here, and I've got 1 box full of foreign cards. Came from this lot. This is actually 2 different lots from this auction. So they basically cost me, between all the foreign cards, was $525. With the buyer's premium, it was like $650. So basically about $650 for this. So 2 binders and this box. I have to kind of hold the camera up this way so people can get a good look at it. But I'm going to flip through the binders pretty quick. I'm not really going to take anything out and scan it because scanning these things on like a TCG Player app, you don't get an accurate price. Really, I won't know the accurate price until I've like gone through piece by piece, taken my time, and you know, start to sell them. But let's just check it out. So again, I think there's a lot of 4th edition revised stuff for sure. The Veteran Bodyguard is definitely revised. Spirit Seeker, Coercion, Castle, Reverse Damage up top. Kismet Righteousness. Island Sanctuary. Love the Island Sanctuary, the black bordered art. Very cool Earthbind. Again, I have to check some of these things to see if they're fourth or revised. Come on, focus. 1994. So I think that's, I'm 99% sure 94 is revised. I know there's going to be some revised mixed in here because we saw a Demonic Tutor earlier. That's obviously revised. So there's going to be a mix of revised and 4th edition. So it's going to take some time for me to go through everything, piece it out. Love the sacrifices. Is there multiple? Oh, that's the next page. Yeah, there's multiple. I don't want to check though. I want to see. Yeah, see, I was worried about that. Let's see if I get a shot. Binder ding. Yep. So most likely stuff in this edge here is probably going to have some binder dings, which it's fine. It happens. Old stuff, you kind of expect that. These 3-ring binders aren't really that good. So, all right. A little whiteboard stuff, more sacrifices. Very cool. More sacrifices. It's just a common, but it's a good usable card. Raise Dead. You can use those. Dredge Skeletons. Very cool. Very classic card right there. So again, something like this. I'm assuming it's 4 and black bordered Chronicles. See the age, if we can focus on this. I'm not sure if we can. Let's see, 90, this is like 95 or 96. That's probably most likely Chronicles. I'm sure it's not, I don't think that there was foreign Arabian Nights or not, but most likely probably Chronicles stuff. Half and Beyond, Fears, Raise Dead, Plague Rats, Unholy Strength. This is probably 4th edition because there's no pentagram, I'm guessing. Unless the rules for like art for foreign language ones are different, but all right, very cool. Lots of smalls here. Ash to Ashes, Wall of Shadows, Plague Rats, Marsh Gas or something like that. One of these, I forget. Let's see, a bunch of smalls so far, nothing crazy. So yeah, basically these 2 binders and that, like I said, cost about $6.25. Simulacrums, those are uncommons. Pestilence, Uncle Estevan, uncommon. Evil Eye of Orms by Gore. Very cool. Again, small stuff, nothing crazy here. Dark Ritual, whiteboard, that's pretty sweet. Very cool. Again, don't know what language these are. It's going to take me a lot of work to figure out all these. I'm not a foreign language expert by any stretch of the imagination. So, let's see. Word of Binding, Bog Imp. More Dredge Skeletons, Bats. Simple stuff like this. Pretty cool, though. There's the black stuff. Under the white cards, Dust to Dust. That's a good card right there. Probably got a $3 card regularly. So some of these might have a good premium being 4 and black bordered. Some maybe not. I'm not sure. Another Dust to Dust up there. COPs. Wards, Walls, Uncommons. Lots of COPs. Reverse Polarity, Guardian Angel. Banalish Hero. The Death Ward, Healing Salve, Sandlight Healer. Just trying to remember some of these as I go. This looks like the small stuff. I think most of the big stuff is probably going to be in that box over there. That's my guess. Cool small stuff though. Again, if you want to throw some of these old cards in your deck for like 4th edition revised, but you want a black border, you don't feel like paying up for what is that? That's gotta be Chronicles. If you don't feel like paying up for beta, this is kind of a cool way to do it. Some of these do hold a really nice premium as far as older cards. What is this? I'm not sure. I love the art though. So not seeing too much crazy stuff here. Smalls. That's okay. A lot of these Dust to Dust. Those are good. Again, those are worth a few bucks. Another one to come up there. Yeah, I'm guessing revised 4th edition Chronicles. Most likely that's what all this is. Another Dust to Dust. Angry Mob, Pegasus, Chandra Wolves, Holy Strengths. Holy Strikes, Healing Salves, Banalish Commanders. Banalish Heroes, I'm sorry. Another Island Sanctuary. Awesome, those are great. Great card, and honestly, it's worth a few bucks as it is, so a 4 and black board, probably worth like 5, 10. Guessing? No idea. I'll have to go through this thoroughly later on. Yeah, this looks like a bunch of smalls. Okay, so nothing really crazy in that one. That's fine. Wasn't expecting too much because, like I said, what I saw in the listing, there were some other bigger things that definitely weren't in there. This binder is awesome. So this is a binder from '95. Absolutely love the history of this old binder. Very, very. That's a bonus. I didn't think I was getting that. All right, so here we go. So Disrupting Scepters. Those are rares. I'm just curious. Are these 94, 95, 96. So that's got to be 4th edition. Okay. I wonder if maybe, let's see, 94. So that's revised. 25. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go piece by piece and figure out what's what. Okay, artifacts though. Either way, Glasses of Urza, very cool card. Basalt Monolith, very nice. Again, let's see, revised or fourth. Revised 94, very nice. Sweet. I'm sure that will change the value a little bit. Ashnod's Altar, very nice. Again, probably Chronicles. Foreign black border, my guess. Cormus Bell, that's a good one. That's a good rare right there. Armageddon Clocks, Sunglasses of Urza, Juggernauts. Lots of Juggernauts. Library of Lang, oh, it's the next page. Cursed Rack, Ocean Soldier, Hives are rare. Library of Lang's an uncommon. That's a cool uncommon though to have. Urza's, Dingus Eggs are rare. Very, very cool. Library of Lang. Living Wall, how cool is that? 94, it's revised. So yeah, a lot of this is revised, which is very cool. A lot of Juggernauts. Another Basalt Monolith, that's sweet. A white border Colossus of Sardia. That's great. What is that? It's I think that's 4th edition. Yeah, Basalt Monolith. So a couple of those are awesome. Another Ashnod's Altar. I've got a million of them with the Chronicles lot, but I'll take some more of those. White border Foreign Blue Elemental Blast. Cool. Unstable Mutations, Unsummons. Siren's Call. I think that's a rare, but nothing crazy. Steel Artifact. Merfolks are cool. Life Tap, I think, maybe. Pirate Ship. I believe that's a rare. Pretty sure it is. That's a sweet blackboard Blue Elemental Blast. That's what I mean by, like, you know, you can get these ones for cheaper because it kind of looks like it's beta. It's not, but it's a cool way. They just look really nice. Allen Fishes are rares. Nothing crazy, though. Another one of those. We'll take them. Thought Lace is a rare. It's a crappy one. I love the Control Magic. Looks great. Here we go. So Muhammad Jinn, one of my favorite arts of all time. Absolutely incredible. White bordered. This is 94. I think that's revised. Copy Artifact. Very nice. So I pulled this out in the original video when I was showing this. So this is a revised. It's funny because it looks like 4th edition. You know what I mean? It's just the colors and all that. But obviously Copy Artifact was a reserve list card. So they never printed it after revised. So this is a revised white bordered Copy Artifact. Very nice hit there. Mana Short. That's a rare. So again, a lot of smalls in here. The Copy Artifact, obviously the biggest hit so far in this one. This is all Hercules Recall. Smalls, nothing there. Twiddle, that's actually pretty cool. Is that like, I have no idea what that is. Is that one of the glyphs? No, I don't think so. I don't know what that is. Ghost Ship, Zephyr Falcons. Awesome, love those. Nothing really there. Love the Blackboard Shatters, that's cool. Is there multiples? Just one. Red Elemental Blast, let's see. Binder Ding. No Binder Ding. That's nice. Okay, good. Those are worth like a few bucks as it is, so the Blackboard are probably worth a few more. Again, just a cool side thing. Even something as simple as Disintegrates. I actually just built myself an old school Goblin deck, and like I'm going to put that in there in its place. That's awesome. Fisher, Mines Goblin Raiders, Earth Elementals, Uncommons. Another one of these, like those. The Masticore. Something Masticore, I'm not sure. Disintegrates, cool. Flash Fires. Mana Barbs. Rock of Courageous. That's actually a reserve list card. It's a small one. It's nothing big, but it's pretty cool. Chaos Lace. It's a rare. Shadow Warlord. Shatter Storm. I think. Goblin Heroes. Shatters. Love these Blackboard Shatters. Very cool. Nothing crazy expensive here. Power Surge. I believe that's a rare. Another one of these. Take those. Shatters. Awesome. Take them all day long. And there's multiple in that one. So I wonder if they're sorted by languages too. Okay, nothing really crazy there. A lot of cool smalls. I really like these. These are awesome. You know, something like the Disintegrate, something like that. I wouldn't get rid of those. Like those are keepers just because they look cool. Bloodlust, nice. Oh, that's a Blood Moon. And there's multiple. Hold on a minute. Let me put this down. Oh, that's nice. Oh, okay, very good. So, play sets of Blood Moons. That's really nice. Luna Sanguiniata. I have no idea what language that is. If someone knows, let me know. They look very nice condition, though. Like pack fresh. So a play set. I think I had 11 more from before, but I will take 4 more. That's fantastic. Okay, great. Okay, I'll use more blood moons. Right now I got like 15 of them. What else we got here? Wall of Stones, Fissures, Hurluna Minotaurs. More of these. There's probably like a dozen of those things. There's more. There's more. Awesome. Nothing there. I feel like that's an old reserve list card. I forget what it is. Mana Barbs, Black Border. That's pretty sweet. Another one of those. So many Red Elemental Blasts. More of them over there. More more Earthbinds. Very cool arts there. Smoke. More Red Elemental Blasts. More Red Elemental Blasts. More Earthbinds. More Red Elemental Blasts. They really like these things. Shatters. Ozgoblin Raiders. Awesome. Okay. So a lot of small stuff. Nothing crazy there, but very, very cool. Love those blood moons. That was a really nice surprise. Okay. So now let's go to the box where I think more of the heavy hitting stuff is. So again, I think it was like $6.50 I paid for all the foreign stuff. So really not much in that first binder, not too much in the second, but definitely some smalls. But let's see what I can find in here, because I know that there was some other stuff that was pretty spicy. This is an alpha, even though this was marked as alpha and this says alpha. That would have been crazy if they accidentally sent me an alpha box, but I don't think they did. So here we go. We got our plane shift box. Nothing in there for plane shift. So we're just going to go from one side and just kind of see what we find. There's sleeve stuff, there's top-loaded stuff, there's a bunch of stuff in here. And again, I'm not really going to be able to scan it because it's not going to scan properly in TCG Player app. This is going to be a lot of individual like looking up over time. But stuff like this, old black bordered Magic cards, I'm not in a hurry to sell these because it's not like they're going to get reprinted. It's not like it matters. Like people want the old ones. This is what they want. So I can take my time selling these little by little. You know what? Let me actually set my phone up. That would help. So I can scan it. Because some of these I don't even know what they are. And at least this way I can identify them. All right, let's do this so I can at least identify them. Psychic Purge. Okay. Rust. Pit Scorpion, right? It's like the fire or a fairy or something. Fire Sprites. Yeah, Fire Sprites. Giant Turtle. Active Volcano, Meek Stone. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Foreign Black Border Meek Stone. Now, is this 95? So I'm guessing 4th edition? I'm guessing 4th edition. Very cool. These are probably worth a few bucks a piece. Again, if you want a cooler looking one, it's the way to go. You know, it says Markets is like an $8 card, but, you know, Foreign Black Border, who knows? I'd have to figure it out. Reverse Damage, that's a rare. I'll pull that aside. It's definitely a rare. Oh, I missed this stuck together. Elves of the Deep Shadow. Right? That's what that is? Yes, Elves of Deep Shadow. Nice hit from the dark. Another Black Border Island Sanctuary. I love these. I think they look fantastic. Beautiful. Stone Rains. No idea what that is. Heaven's Gate. All right. COP Artifacts. Clay Statue. Is that what that is? Clay Statue. Yep. The Maggot. Eye for an Eye. I feel like that's a rare. Arabian Nights, yeah. See, this is, again, this is just a simple thing, but Wild Growths, if you're going to put them in a deck, this is a very, very cool looking card. So I like those. I'll put those aside. Sprites again. I don't know. Bronco. I don't know what that is. Wolverine Pack, nothing. Alabaster Potion. Remove Enchantment. That's a good little card right there. Brute. Zephyr Falcon. Crumble. Or is it Saga? I have no idea what that is. Common. It's a Jaguar. COP Green. Love the Raised Dead. Just a very cool card. You know, bring a creature from your graveyard to your hand. Phantasmal Terrain. Wall of Earth, I think. Wall of Earth, is that right? No. That's Wall of... I don't know. What is it? We'll never know. We'll never know. Not sure what that is. Transmutation. Spirit Shackle. Tundra Wolves. It's like a Dragonfly? Emerald Dragonfly or something? What's this? Blazing Effigy. All right, what are you? Scan. It's not going to do it, is it? Nope, it's not going to do it. Remove enchantments again. Oh, this is cool. So Curd Apes, originally printed in Arabian Nights. I love this cool old blackboard one. So we got Curd de Menskenfe, Gorilla de Curd. So 2 different languages. 5, 6 of them. Awesome. Absolutely gorgeous cards. What is this? It is a relic bind. Okay. Living Lands, I believe.
That's a rare, right? Not a good one, but it is a rare. Yeah. Black Knight. Very cool. That's an Earthcraft. That's an Earthcraft. Holy shit, that is an Earthcraft. English 146. God, what language is this? I have no idea. I have no idea. Chinese, French, German, Italian. I wish you guess a random one. Italian. I have no idea what the price of this is. English one's like in the 140 range. Condition's very good. So, yeah, okay, I'm calling that as like the best hit so far of the set. Force Spike. Again, I think it's like a reserveless hit. Jalum Tomb. God, Mahamida Just again, it's not an expensive card, but I love the art. The black border is fantastic. Warp Artifact. Urza's. I don't know. Urza Avenger. So is this has got to be Chronicles, right? 95. It's got to be just a form Black Border Chronicles. Bronze Tablet. More Curt Apes. Ah, these are cool, man. It makes me want to build a Curt Ape deck. I had a Curt Ape deck when I was a kid. It makes me want to build a Curt Ape deck again. Turn 1, Taiga, Curt Ape. It's a 2/3 on turn 1. Personal Incarnation. Very cool. Uncommon from Urza Saga. Just some kind of troll. Capsize? Yep, Capsize. Another Jaguar. An English Unland. Okay. Sure. I'll take it. Unglued. 1161 for an unglued force. Cool. Earthquake. Yeah, Earthquake. Giant Gross. Very nice. River Boas. Elvish Lyris. That's not foreign. I'm going to scan it, though. No, it's not worth it. Caracas. Caracas, and I'm guessing was Italian, is Caracas. Let's see what a Caracas goes for in English. English 42.98. But the 4-1's probably like half the price, if not like a little less, because they printed Italian cards like, what, 3 times as much or something like that? Spirit Link, very cool old school card. And again, if you want a cool one, you get the black border one. Another Caracas. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Caracas. For, again, if they're English, it'd be about $250 right there. Plus that Earthcraft, you know, but not quite. Zombie Master, very great card. Again, 4th edition or revised. 95, so I'm going to guess 4th. Force Spike again. Kismet. Active Volcano. Greed. It's like Mana Clash. Yeah. That is a reserve list card, I thought, right? Let me check, see if it's got more printings. I think that's a... No, it was printed in 7th edition, 8th edition, 9th edition. I guess it's not reserve list. I thought it was. Whirling Dervish. Carrion Ants. Juno Free. That was a cool one. Juno Free. Yeah, that would be $40 if it was Arabian Nights, but it's not. Ragman. A couple more. Earthquakes. Northern Paladin. Very cool. Paladin. Not a big hit, but again, I think it's one of those things where we were talking about the banned cards a while ago. This was maybe like in the discussion. Disenchants, again, if you want to play some old school and make it look like a beta card, very cool Disenchants to play. Fireball, same thing. Maze of Ith, wow, that's cool. Okay, so was that printed in Chronicles? I don't know if it was. Wait a minute. Okay, now I'm curious. Maze of Ith, the Dark. Maze of Ith was not printed in Chronicles. So you know what? Some of these 4 Horsemen sets might just be those 4 Horsemen sets, but in foreign language. And I'm not the best at telling that. I'm really not. Moss Monster? Yeah, Moss Monster. This is going to take me a while to really go through. Is this Walking Dead? Walking Dead, yeah. Wild Growth, COP Reds, COP Blacks. Color difference, very cool. Living Soul, Tortoise, Wall of Shadows, Vampire Bats, Glyphs, whatever that is. Cyclopean Mummies. Torment Demoniaco. What is this? Demonic Torment. It's a $4 Legends card. Not sure what it is there. Love those. Again, same thing if you're going to go with old school stuff. Lane Royals, Giant Growth. Very cool. My guess is these are probably in a deck. They're all sleeved up. So, was it some kind of Pixies or something? Pixie Queen. It's a $40 Legends card. So, my guess is probably reserve list. So, whatever this is then, if it's probably a foreign, I'm going to have to check. Not sure. Another Caracas. So, what does that make? 8.
More Spirit Links. Blackboard, another Warp Artifact, another Greed, and an Ivory Gargoyle? Was it the Gargoyle? No. Worm. Elder Landworm? Whatever. Okay. All right, so I love the Caracases. Love the Earth Craft so far. There's some good hits in here. Absolutely. All right, let's keep going through. We got a little bit more, then this will be the collection will be done. Here we go. This is fantastic. This was in the picture. I knew I was getting this. Black bordered Shivan Dragon. The most classic of Magic arts, in my opinion. Oh my God. Well, light play. Moderately played. Definitely damaged. So something like that, not even worth selling. That's a keeper. That's just something you just keep for your collection right there. Strip Mine. Very nice. We like those. Combage Witches. Helm. Coral Helm? Yeah, Coral Helm. This was in the binder. What was this? Greater Realm of Preservation. Okay, it's like a $4 card. Foreign, probably not so much. Another Island Sanctuary. Love those, man. Those are nice. Something Masticore. Crimson Manticore. Blue Mana Battery. Glyph. More Juggernauts. Just foreign 94. So that's revised. A lot of revised, which is nice. Yeah. Okay. Stone Rains. Very off-center on that one. Very off-center. That's how a lot of more back then. A lot of off-center stuff. Greed. Is this 95? So I'm guessing fourth. Carry on Ants. 94. So that's got to be Legends, just a foreign Legends. Okay. Black Mana Battery. Arborea. Original printing. It was funny because I thought this was a reserve list for a long time. They got reprinted in Dominaria Remastered. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not a reserve list. Mana Clash again. Kismets. Glyphs. What are you? Frost Giant. Okay. Very cool little art. Sphinx. Falcon, Lost Soul. So I think that I'm going to guess a lot of these ones are actually the original set and not Chronicles. That's what I'm going to guess. If someone has like a detailed way to look for whether it be 4th edition or revised or like Chronicles or like OG Four Horsemen cards, let me know. I'm just curious because I'm not super familiar with them. What is Marble Priest? Brute. That's Wall of Earth, right? It didn't scan before. It's not scanning now. Okay. Wall of Vapors. What is this? Quagmire. Blessing. That's an older rare. Mishra's Factory. Very cool white border Mishra's Factory from, that's got to be 4th, right? Because it wasn't printed and revised. So I'm guessing the 4th edition is 95, revised is 94. That's probably how I got to look at it. That's my guess. Gunderson. Who are some of these old guys? Jared of the Closed Fists. Jedits. Teleria. There's an old land from Legends. Very cool. Some of these, it's like I recognize the arts, but Life Matrix. Very cool. So $20 for English. So foreign one. Who knows? Who knows? We'll have to look it up and find out. Oh, that's beautiful. This was the Quorum Trench Gnomes. It reads a $12 card. But again, those prices aren't accurate because of foreign language. Blackboard Sarah Angel. Very, very nice. Very, very played. Again, people played with these back then. You can see. Because it looks gorgeous in the old black border with the old art. If you want black border with the old art, it's got to be alpha or beta, but this is the other way around it. So very cool. Love that card. All right, let's see. Not sure. Dragon Engine, Abu Jafar, Lord of the Pit. There's a classic right there. Absolutely gorgeous card. Again, the black border, very nice. Another Zombie Master. We'll take those. What are these going for? Not the alpha version. Not the beta version. I'm just curious, like what a revised version is going for. Probably like $10, I guess. Revised 911. Yep, I'll take that. The Wretched Northern Paladin, black bordered. Another Earthquake, another Junanda Jin, another one. So there's a lot of interesting stuff in here. Piecing this out and selling this is going to take some time. It really is, because I think it's going to take very specific buyers for certain things like this. But it's also very cool. And I've got some play sets, so that might sell better that way. Mana Clashes. Goblin Rock Slides, Scarwood Goblins, Giant Strength, Scorpions, Drain Life, Jumps, COPs, Equinox. Yeah, Equinox. What are you? Great Wall. Okay. Puppet Master? Yeah, Puppet Master. Part Water. Okay. What are you? I recognize the art, but Seafarer's Quai. Oh, Anka Mishra. That's very cool. So again, let's check. Fourth or yeah, that's revised. So revised blackboard Anka Mishra. Anka Mishra is actually a good card that has some value, and again, you might want to throw it in like an older deck. So, like say a revised version, $8. So in this situation, if it's a four, oh look at it with 4 playset of them. So there's a playset of 2 different languages. So Mishra Ankh, and then this one's the same. I have no idea. But if the revised ones are $8, then these foreign blackboard ones have to be worth more because of the need for blackboard stuff. Adventures Guild House, 2 of those. We had this one already. Psychic Entity. Yep, Psychic Entity. Relic Barrier. I knew that. Green Mana Battery, Equinox, Great Wall again, Cavern. Caverns of Despair. So 46.74. Again, not sure what that's going for with this. Hard to tell. What's this? Spectral Cloak, Equinox again. Nova Pinnacle. Nova Pinnacle, 25.21 for the English version. So foreign, you know, maybe a third of that, half of that. I'm not sure. Whatever it is, but very cool. These more Legends lands, these uncommon lands. Unholy Citadel. And Mountain Stronghold for 3 Mountain Strongholds. An actual English 4 spike. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, $4 for these 4 spikes. They're commons with $4 a piece. More Mana Clashes, more Island Sanctuaries. I'll take those all day long. They're fantastic. Boomerang? Yep, Boomerang. Carry-On Ants. Always loved that card as a kid. Winter Orb. Very nice. So Winter Orb, again, it's going to be a revised. 1994. Very nice. Definitely some play on this one, but still very cool. And Thunder Spirit. Reserveless card in a top loader. Okay. Let's see. Last stack here. El Hajjaz. How do you say his name? El Hajjaz? Something like that. Blessing. That's a rare, beautiful counterspell. You can't beat the old Blackboard stuff, man. It's awesome. What are these? Clergy of the Holy Nimbus. That's nothing. Nothing there. Bog Imp. More 4 spikes. Foreign. Alabaster. Flash Floods. Flash Floods. Flash Floods. Orco Venaria. Silhouettes. $3 card. Not in this language, though. Undertow. Goblins. Giant Shark. Angry Mob. Remove Soul. What are these guys called? Nothing big, but Merc Dwellers. That's what it is. That's a Goblin Hero. Oh, I know the names of these. I can't think of it. Marsh Zombies? Something like that? Drowned. Not even close. All right, Alabaster Potions. Glyphs. This is getting towards the end here. Wall of Shadows. Cyclopean Mummies. A lot of this is like nothing. Walking Dead again. That's cool. Vampire Bats. Spirit Shackles. What are you? Ghost of the Damned. Oh, there he goes. There's Demonic Tutor. Very nice. So, Blackboard Demonic Tutor, I believe revised. Yeah, because there is no 4th edition one. Very nice. I know this one's played. Definitely heavy played. But absolutely gorgeous card. I think, see, these are, it's really tough to value something like this because you can look on a TCG Player. You can see listings basically between, I think, like 60 and like 150, depending on the condition. But you also don't see a lot of solds either. So, it's one of those things where it takes the right buyer. But the person that wants it will want these. So very, very cool. Love that card. Contract from Below, another reserveless card from Revised. Not an expensive one, but it's a cool little hit because I think it has to do with Ante. We got another Demonic Tutor. Let's check out the condition of this one. This one's definitely better. If I can get it out of here. Looks like it's loose in there. Yeah, loose in a top loader. Beautiful condition. This one, see, this one's near mint. This is a beautiful copy. That's a near mint copy. That's fantastic. Yeah, 94. So it's revised. Beautiful. Okay, love that one. We got a Fast Bond. That's always good. Beautiful, beautiful card there. What are these going for? Not going to scan it. That's okay. Sorcerer's Queen. 95. Again, I'd have to say that's alternate fourth, but I don't know. Disharmonia? Disharmony? $41 in English. Let's see. We got a whiteboard animate dead. So I'm guessing 4th edition. Let's see. 95. So probably 4th edition. We got a blackboard one. 94. So that's revised. 4. 94. Animate deads, animate deads. Wow, look at these animate deads. That's awesome. Okay, so one whiteboard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blackboard animate deads. And they're in very nice condition too. Okay, and in the close, we got a couple lands here, or a land. Cathedral of Sarah, $10 in English. I think we got Stang, Guardian Angel, and what's this one? So a lot of these Legends cards are definitely like a few dollar cards in English. So in Italian, or I'm guessing these are Italian. No, this isn't Italian. This is Japanese, I'm guessing. I have no idea. Probably worth a lot less. But, okay, yeah. So this whole, like I said, this whole foreign collection cost me basically $625. And there's definitely some big hitters that are obvious right off the bat. But a lot of smalls to go through. But I mean, here's just a few of the things I pulled this out of your Disharmony. Again, it's like 45 in English. I think Fastman's like $20 in English. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 animate deads. They're probably worth like $9, $10 a piece. But revised blackboard, I don't know if they're twice as much or 3 times as much. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. The demonic tutors are fantastic. This one is near mint. Contract from below, incredible. Sarah Angel. This thing is destroyed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was it 7 Caracases? And this Earthcraft was definitely not in the pictures. This was a serious bonus. I will take that for sure. It's got some play to it, but that's, I mean, easily a $100 card as it is, which I didn't know was going to be in there. So fantastic. All right, so that's the whole collection. So let me do a quick recap. I'm not going to do this. So this will be the final video for this kind of series for this collection. I'm not going to do kind of like a total because I can't really price this stuff out right now. Like this is going to be like this box of foreign stuff will be stuff I slowly sell over probably a long period of time. Over a long period of time, just because it's going to take a while pricing everything specifically. There's a few things that are obvious, like these things. There's probably like 8 of those in there. I can probably grab those. Some things are very easy to identify. The Pentacles, are the reserve list. They're very cool. Those will probably sell pretty quick, but a lot of the small stuff, who knows? So basically, let me give the quick rundown again. The foreign stuff cost me basically $250 shipped to my door. I'm happy with it. I think that the binders were a little lame. Nothing too much crazy in there, but this stuff I think was fantastic. There's a lot of really good stuff in here that I think some, like the demonic tutors, they might go for, like the heavy played one might go for like $50. The near mint one might go for $150. I'm not sure. Like it's gonna wait to see really how quick. I think things like that, they're going to sell for, depending on how quick people want to sell them for. If you want to sell them quick, then you can sell them for $50 right away. If you want to wait a little bit, find the right buyer, maybe you get $100 for it or more. But so that was the foreign stuff. The Chronicles lot, the 5,000 Chronicles cards. Again, at the top of my head, I forget what I paid for all that kind of stuff. But I think that part was great, especially those Million Ashnod's altars and things like that. The Alliance set, I really like those too. Again, all the Helm Obediences, the Arcane Denials, also in Chronicles, the Blood Moons, the Concordant Crossroads. Like there was a million of those that were fantastic. What else was it? The Fallen Empires box, that was an easy win right there. Again, I basically, with the buyer's premium, paid like $375. It's a $500 box. I mean, that's awesome. I'll take that. What other thing was, there was also all these boxes, all these like, all these things, the dual decks and the intro decks. I paid $120 for all these. And honestly, I looked up the Cold Snap decks. These sealed decks, believe it or not. Okay, so they're listed on TCG Player for between $65 and $75 a piece. That's what they're listed for, but there is 0 selling. So I always say if it's not selling for that much, then it's not worth that much. So part of me wants to like undercut everybody and just put them at like $39 a piece and see if I could sell them. But value wise, I looked at the deck list, nothing too impressive in there. Some really cool snow covered lands, but really nothing major. But honestly, with those theme decks and these dual decks and those Kaladesh packs were pretty cool. The value was good for that, which I thought was gonna be a total loss. So I'm happy with that. And the only other last thing, which I'm happy with, this, I'm trying to remember what I paid for all of these World Championship deck cards. I think this was $250. And I was happy that, again, it's one of those things that I don't think everyone wants them. So that's why not everyone bid for them. But the City of Traders alone, The dust bowls are worth like $7 a piece. All these Grim Monoliths, I think they maybe like 15, maybe $20 a piece. Like, I made my money back in just the Grim Monoliths. Everything else is a bonus. The metal workers are all just a bonus. Like, those are probably 15, $20 a piece, whatever they are. The tango wires are a few bucks. It all adds up in the end. So again, I paid $25.02 for everything shipped to my door. I mean, you guys let me know what you think, but honestly, I'm extremely happy with this. There was all the things that I thought were gonna be the auction plus a bunch of other things. Like, there were some other bonuses that were a value that I didn't know were gonna be in there. Like those 4 formed black bordered blood moons in the binder. I don't know if they're worth $5 a piece or $15 a piece, but those are all bonuses. You know, all those this hold on, this incredibly large stack of Tron lands was a bonus. I mean, again, what's that? 250 cards, whatever it is. I mean, even if I sell them all on TCG Player Direct and I get a quarter a piece, that's a lot. I mean, you know, I think a lot like this, a collection like this, there's so many parts and pieces and it's so organized already that to get my money back and then make a profit from it, it won't be that hard. It might take a little bit of time, but I'm not too concerned with that. All this little stuff like these Planeswalker decks, I'll probably make like a lot or something like that and just throw them on eBay and sell them, and whatever I get for them, just to clear up the space and move on. But overall, this was a crazy lot. And again, it was like 6 or 7 different auctions that I won in this auction lot. And honestly, if I wasn't so busy that day, I probably would have bought in 20 more lots, because like there was so much cool stuff, and I could have gone through this all day long. And yeah, but that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys let me know what you guys think.